Hello and welcome to the latest episode of our Process Matters podcast. Today I'm joined by Ollie, our Operations Director, who's here to talk to us about our exciting new Trusted Service Partner programme.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to share this with the world.
So first of all, what inspired the creation behind the Trusted Service Partner programme?
Really, it's designed to support the customer demand quicker. We've got a lot of customers with process critical instrumentation, and for their peace of mind, for our team to be able to go to site and support any breakdown or any malfunction, although it's rare in instrumentation that happens, it does happen. And when it happens, it can be quite costly. So the idea of having a nationwide partner group, as well as our own team, enables us to respond quickly in times that our customers need us.
So what is the overall benefit to the customer?
Yes, so it's the response time primarily, but also having a team that's based, around the country gives us the ability to look at reducing ultimately the end customers' costs as well, because if we can deploy people that are closer to them, it means that we haven't got to spend so much time traveling to site. It means that we haven't got to, put people in hotels to stay locally if it's a multi-day project. So ultimately, the program's designed to really give the best of both worlds for the customer's peace of mind and the ability to call on us quickly, and the ability to obviously give them the best possible pricing on the work that we do.
How does a partner become trusted in this programme?
So it's quite a lengthy process. We won't just take anyone who's got a certificate. It's very much a selective process by way of, there's an application stage, obviously, but it's not, a certificate in instrumentation and control is not just going to get you on this program. You need to be able to demonstrate that you understand our business core values. Those are really important to what we do, and they're also really important to anyone. Well, they need to be really important to anyone that we partner with. So, there's a process of technical vetting as well in that. So our technical director, Craig, will do a technical analysis or technical evaluation with the applicants to make sure they understand and are qualified to work on the projects that we work on and with the customers that we work with. The service team will be introduced to that trusted partner application if it's right to do so, to make sure that there's a good fit within our team and there's going to be a good level of understanding of how people work with each other on site. And of course, expertise and certificates come into that. But ultimately, it's about finding the right people with the right values.
Have you got examples of how the programme has improved service?
Yeah, so we've got a group of trusted partners, and recently we've had customers where, unfortunately for them, they've lost employees, critical employees, and it's not the easiest of industries to recruit expert instrument engineers in. So having the ability to help them through that recruitment process and provide them short-term to mid-term site support has been really beneficial to our customer base. And there's a couple of examples also where we've had the right people in the right parts of the country that were able to respond really quickly and get people back online, same day. Whereas if we'd have had to just do that from here, it may have been, although we would have done it, that's it's part of our customer first value. We do what's right for the customer, but having people closer to the people that needed us meant that we could action that process a lot quicker.
That also sounds like something that could be supported by Solutions Plus.
Yeah, Solutions Plus is an interesting point actually, because there's that peace of mind element with Solutions Plus. You're with that package, effectively we're rolling this TSP program into it, as well as the instrumentation, the installation, the commissioning, etc., and giving you that peace of mind data measurement that obviously you need for your process. But as part of that package, it's obviously maintained by us, which means if there is any need for maintenance support, breakdown, etc., we'll have the right people in the right place to respond quickly in those times of need. So
how does this program benefit the service partners themselves?
Well, really, we like to look at it as it's mutually beneficial for the service partners, ourselves, and the customer. And obviously, being a trusted partner means that we're going to provide them with opportunities to work with our team and on sites potentially they haven't worked on before. We work across pretty much all industries, so it's a great opportunity for our trusted partners to gain some experience in perhaps areas they haven't worked in before. And obviously there's a good opportunity with the partner network that we've got to offer them some really great training opportunities as well. And of course, it's a great benefit to us to have people that we can ask to support when we need them. And again, we've already sort of covered this, but having people in the right place benefits the customer both for speed of response and obviously financially.
You mentioned training. What does a training look like?
Yeah, so training is an important one for us, and it's important for us as a business, but it's also important for us in terms of the partnership program, that people who work for us and partner with us are equally qualified and skilled and experienced as our own team. So having the luxury of being a partner with some major instrument manufacturers such as Siemens, for example, means that we can utilise their training facilities as well as our own to give the partners experience and training that they just wouldn't have access to independently. So, last week a group went down to Siemens headquarters and spent a couple of days doing instrument general training. That was really, really good. It was with some of the product managers at Siemens. The feedback from that alone was, it's a great opportunity to get your hands on something that you just wouldn't be able to get access to without being a partner.
So where do you see the TSP program going in the next few years?
Hopefully it will expand. I mean, we've got a good group already, but of course, with anything like this, it's designed to support ultimately an external network in our customer base. So the customer base and the demand from customers will really lead that. But our vision of it is to have a nationwide group of trusted partners who are doing a number of days with us every year. We want to be able to have a group that's big enough to service the demand, but also small enough that we've got a small, close-knit, almost like family of trusted partners, and avoid having a lot of people on the books who we can't really give a lot of time to. For us, it's much more about creating a partner network that is a really tight, regular working network, rather than having lots of people in lots of places who, we pick and choose to work with ad hoc effectively. It's really designed to create those partnerships, and that's important to us. And the other thing is, we want to create a method of people developing with us as well. We've already mentioned training, but we're going to introduce a tiering system, which we'll no doubt talk about in a bit of detail as we go through. But so you'll come on board as a bronze partner. That enables you to a certain level of opportunity, and then you move through to silver, gold, and platinum. And as you move through, there'll be different levels of opportunity and different levels of work that will be required of the partner program. But so ultimately it's early days at the moment, but we're looking to grow it by the month, and ultimately get to a position where we've got a really good network of people nationwide that can really support what we're trying to achieve.
You mentioned growth and opportunity. So are we recruiting now? What can an engineer expect once they join the programme?
Yeah, we're always looking for people to join the programme. And like I say, we've had a number of applicants, and we are quite selective with who we take. There's no doubt about that, but it is about finding the right people. So as I said before, we won't just take anybody. They must fit the company values. They must have demonstrated the skills and experience in order to service the customers ultimately with competency. We're certainly looking for people in certain regions, and I'd just really give anyone who's thinking about the program the green light to get in touch with me directly, and we'll sit on Teams, have a conversation, and go into a little bit more detail as to what the application process looks like. But we're not, we want to make sure that we qualify people's applications professionally, but we also want to make it easy to partner with us. So there is a process. It's a bit of a form filling exercise to start with, then some technical vetting, and then you'll do some, if you get through those bits, you'll do some stuff with us on site initially, before we onboard you into the program. But in terms of timelines, it's probably the best part of a month to 3 months before someone is onboarded from application.
Earlier on, you mentioned nationwide coverage and being able to support people locally. So what does that look like?
Good question. So obviously the term nationwide coverage obviously means that we cover everywhere in the UK. So really we want to be able to service that with, as it says on the tin, with people locally, really. So we've split the country up into 7 segments. I say the country, it includes Scotland and Ireland. So we've split the England portion up into 5 sections. So there's sort of the northeast and northwest, the southeast and southwest, and then we've specified London is its own area because there's quite a lot of work that we do there. So we're looking for probably 2 to 3 partners in each location, depending on the workload that we've got. As I said earlier, it's about having enough work to keep people busy and not taking on too many people, so that we're not giving people enough of an opportunity to see the benefits of being a partner. So some areas will have more people, some areas will have slightly less. Scotland's a region in its own, but that's quite a big opportunity for us. We've got some good partner contracts there. So that area in itself is something that we're probably going to look at recruiting for, with slightly higher numbers. But in terms of the program, we're pretty well covered on the northwest, but apart from that, we've probably got some space to have conversations across all of those other regions.
Sounds like a great opportunity. I'm sure it will be a fantastic success. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me and to us about everything today. Thank you for listening to this episode of Process Matters podcast. If you're interested in joining the programme, please visit our website or email service@pi-team.co.uk. I'll see you next time, and remember, in our world, process really does matter.